Batman, on my level, you could be the greatest individual in football.
I am back with another video, and it is Copa America season. I'm going to do my 5 under 23 players that I think could shine in this Copa America campaign. And I'm going to start off with this man right here, Lucas Braqueto, however you pronounce his name. I'm not Brazilian. I'm not Argentinian. I don't have any Ecuadorian in me. But all I know is this guy is an absolute baller. Getting 9 goals and 5 assists for Lyon this year, creating 10 big chances for Rudy Garcia's side. And you lot may recognize his name. He used to play for AC Milan. I think he signed for something around £38 million, and it just didn't work out. At AC Milan, he was described, he just couldn't fit into the system, really. He was not physical enough, according to AC Milan fans, to be a centre midfielder. He wasn't incisive enough to be a number 10. He wasn't quick enough to play out wide. But under Rudy Garcia, he's played that right-hand side, right central mid-row in a midfield three with Thiago Mendes and Aouar at times. Even at times towards the end of the season, he's played this more number 10 run. You can see it from the average position. You know he stays more towards the right, and he's just a very, very good technical footballer. And you can, like most Brazilians are, let's be honest. And Rudy Garcia, now I think he's left Lyon. He said he's very good at driving the ball forward. He looks after the ball very well. He only loses possession around 12 times per game, which is not that bad for a creative midfielder. And when you look at his stats right there down at the bottom, even though he's more of a creative midfielder and more of an advanced midfielder, he defensively does help out very, very well. Look at it straight away. Over 3 tackles per 90. 4.91 passes into the final third as well. And he said it himself. Now Rudy Garcia at Lyon has really got his arm around his shoulder. He's confident. He's enjoying his football. And he even said it himself at AC Milan. When I struggled, I put myself under a lot of pressure. I ended up taking everything personal. So all the abuse that he was getting from AC Milan fans, where there is a lot of pressure to win, he just couldn't take it. But now, under Lyon, where there is less pressure to win, he's really excelled. And for Brazil right now, he started the first game in the Copa America playing that right-hand side, his central midfield role. He played around 45 minutes, I think he was. And he did decently well, but there is still a bit more pressure. There's still a bit more levels that he can go up, and we will hopefully see it very soon for them. The next player on my list is Argentinian's Cristian Romero, the centre-back that plays for Juventus, who was on loan at Atalanta this year, had another very impressive campaign. Playing 7 games in the Champions League for Atalanta, and in the league he did his thing. He averages over 12 ball recoveries, over 5 clearances, over 2 interceptions, over 2 tackles, which for a centre-back is ridiculous. But we also need to remember he is playing in the back three under Gasperini for Atalanta. And even though his defensive numbers may be impressive, there's still a lot more to his game that potentially people don't see. One of the major things that was picked up by former Genoa great is this right here. Look at the last thing. Can sometimes commit fouls. And let me tell you this, he's been very, very generous here when he says can sometimes commit fouls. Because his fouls committed numbers are very, very high for a centre-back. 2.5 fouls committed per 90, which puts him into the top 3% of centre-backs for fouls committed in the top 5 leagues, which is a major weakness because you know he has that aggressive side to him. Maybe he can play that aggressive nature just because he plays in the back three and he has a bit more defensive cover. But still, that's something that needs to be worked on. And another thing that needs to be worked on is his passing. Cristian Romero is an old-school centre-back. He wears black boots for a reason. He loves to defend, but what the major weaknesses that a lot of people have picked up is his passing range. His passing range is not brilliant. He doesn't progress the ball enough for Atalanta, and the same thing for Genoa when he was there before, obviously, the permanent move to Juventus. But even then, for Argentina right now, he could impress in the Copa America because we know Argentina don't have their best defense. I think the other day, Nicolas Otamendi, the former Manchester City man, the one that everyone slated, and Fiorentina's Martinez played centre-back. So you can clearly see there is a bit of a weakness in that area, which he could exploit and consolidate his place in the starting 11. The next man on my list is Brighton's Moises Caicedo. The 19-year-old Ecuadorian hasn't started a game for Brighton yet in the Premier League, but with the potential departure of Basuma, who's been linked with the likes of Liverpool and Arsenal, we should be seeing a lot more of him next year. Moises Caicedo is an aggressive box-to-box midfielder. He's very athletic, and that's why he's been given the name of the new Kante, because of how much he he presses. And he does have some pedigree about him. He was linked with United before he actually joined Brighton. He's actually the first player born in the 21st century to score in the CONMEBOL World Cup qualifying. So that just shows, even though he's a more of a box-to-box midfielder, defensive box-to-box midfielder, he does chip in with a couple goals and assists. And you can see it from the stats straight away. 1.6 key passes per game. Defensively, he does his thing. 2 tackles, 0.6 interceptions, 6.6 duels won, which is very, very impressive. And although his defensive stats are very good, at times he does look a bit clumsy on the eye, which I'm pretty sure Graham Potter's a brilliant coach. Those little bit of deficiencies in his game will be ironed out, and we saw it for Ecuador. Ecuador played Colombia in the first game of the Copa America, and he did his thing. 69 touches, 84.6% pass accuracy, 6 out of 8 long balls completed. He completed 100% of his dribbles, 2 tackles, 1 interception. So all around, it was a very assured performance. So hopefully, as the Copa America goes on, he will shine even further. The next man on my list is Renan Lodi. The Atletico Madrid left back just hasn't played enough this year, despite his qualities. Starting only 11 games, playing 23, and it just hasn't really worked out for him this year in Atletico. Just because we've seen Diego Simeone this year switch to a back three. He's played Yannick Carrasco most of the time in that left wing back role for that attacking threat. But don't let that deceive you. He's still a very, very, very good left back, which has seen him linked with the likes of Juventus and Inter Milan this year now. Over 1.2 key passes, over 3, nearly close to 4 crosses per 90, which is very, very impressive. And defensively, you know, playing for Diego Simeone defensively, you're going to be a bit stable, over 8 ball recoveries. And even for Brazil's first game against Venezuela, who started left back? It was Renan Lodi, and he had a decent performance. He got a yellow card, meaning he got taken off after 45 minutes. There was no point in risking it. But look at that performance. 45 touches, 87% pass accuracy, 4 out of 8 duels won, 3 tackles, 3 interceptions, 1 big chance created. So in that short period of time, he impressed very, very well. And it looks like with Alexandro's dip in form this year for Juve, he is going to be Brazil's first choice left back. And obviously, Alex Telles or Manchester United just hasn't played enough, meaning Renan Lodi is now the first choice left back for Brazil by the looks of it, and he impressed already. So hopefully he continues this form on in the Copa America. The last player on my list is Jaminton Campas, the only non-European player on my list, and he's only 21. He's a winger. He's played the 10 role before, and he ended the season with 4 goals and 2 assists. He's still only 21, and let's be honest, he's not going to start for Colombia straight away. But one thing I would say is off the bench, this man can make an impact straight away. Just look at his numbers. He wins over 3 fouls per game, 1.7 dribbles completed, 1.5 key passes. He's a very, very explosive winger. He has some sort of technical quality, and on the transitional play, he is brilliant. Is he the complete article just yet? The answer is no. He forces the play too much, and you can clearly see with his attacking numbers at times. 4 goals, 2 assists in I think 16 starts. 6 goal contributions in 16 games is not the best. And if you want to move to Europe, you probably do need to up that. But he does have some sort of ability. He will make an impact off the bench if given a chance. He's similar to Doku from Belgium, the one that I talked about the other day. Off the bench, in the last couple minutes, to stretch the defense, he can make an impact. And those are my 5 players on the list on plays that I think could shine in the Copa America. In the comments below, write your 5, or have I missed anyone major out? And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's Statman Bains.